Namaste friends, this is Aparna and you are very welcome to this series of My Mind, My Friend, and I hope that you have already seen previous episodes. If not, then please click on the top corner of the screen and you will be directed towards the previous episodes. Although they are all kind of sufficient on their own to give you a flavor of mindfulness, so still now we have been looking at the background of mindfulness as to what it is and what are the roots of mindfulness and how does our mind act and put us as a prisoner of our own thoughts. But some people who have seen these videos, I've heard kind of a very curiosity, and they're very keen to know that it's okay, we got it, what you're trying to say, but tell me more, like what is mindfulness, how do we do it? So okay, so finally today I'm going to talk about mindfulness as to how to include it into your daily life. But I would definitely like to clarify here that this is not something new, this is not something that you don't know or you don't do, it's just that you're not aware of it. So I'm saying that there are times during the day when we are mindful, when we know what we are doing. And there are times during the day when we are not mindful, when we are doing things in an automated mode, sitting by the lake or sea, but lost in the thoughts in our head, then we are not mindful. So just training our mind muscle, it's like going to gym, really. So this mindfulness will bring you to a mental gym where you are going to train your mind muscle or brain muscle to make it more powerful so that it is healthy and it does what you want it to do rather than kind of acting on an autopilot mode. So if you remember, we said mind is usually on an autopilot mode, that it does its own thing, it just get lost in the thought, but that's what it does, and there is no need to be judgmental about it. So one way of bringing mindfulness into our daily life is to be connecting to our breath. Yes, breath can be your anchor to this present moment, and it can literally connect you to here and now. And as I mentioned previously, if we go by the definition of mindfulness, Dr. John Kabat-Zinn has given a very kind of concise definition, and he says that mindfulness means paying attention in a present moment in a particular way and non-judgmentally. That means anytime we are connected to this present moment and we are not judging this present moment as good or bad, beautiful or ugly, then we are mindful. And we can bring this into our daily life by connecting to our breath. Why breath? You may say, why breath? Because breath is the life force energy. This is what keeps us alive. This is what is happening all the time, whether we know it or we don't, whether we make any effort or not. Breathing is just happening all the time. And breathing can also be your anchor to this present moment, because if I ask you to practice mindfulness, you may say that, oh, like, for yoga and going to gym, people have lots of excuses. Oh, I'm so busy. I forgot this. I forgot that. I don't have time. But here, when we are trying to practice mindfulness, you've got no excuse, because you can't forget to breathe. You've got to breathe every moment. Otherwise, that's it. Game is over. So yes, to keep this game on and being a very active player in this life game, it is important that we learn to connect to our breath, and we realize that breathing or each breath only happens in the present moment. You can't say that I already had 100 breath in the morning, so I'm not going to breathe for now, I'm going to take a break. So you cannot take a break. Have to breathe in here and now. So how can you include this into your daily life? Either you can do it formally or informally. So if you do it formally, then you have to learn to meditate and set aside at least 5 or 10 minutes during the day, preferably in the morning, before you start your day. You set your intentions for the day, and at that time, you do your breathing practice. So, when I say breathing practice, means you set aside time, you set aside a place where you're going to do this every day. So, this is a formal practice of mindfulness where you take a seat. You don't necessarily have to sit in a meditative pose. If you can, it's brilliant. You can sit on the floor, cross legged position, and in a half lotus yoga mudra, or you can just simply sit in a chair in a quiet place where there isn't much noise, if possible in nature, if not, at least in a room where you can see the sky, where you can see the trees and outside, although it's not compulsory. So even if you find a quiet corner in your room, then that place is sufficient, because in mindfulness we don't want to be too much fussy about the requirements. So just setting aside some time of 5 or 10 minutes and finding this sanctuary, this little place in your home that is your little sanctuary, where you build up your energy, where you build up your mindfulness practice in good days. Yeah, that actually, I will come back to how you do this practical mindfulness, formal practice. But I also want to say that when you are starting your mindfulness practice, don't start it if you are not in the right frame of mind, if you're going through too much hardship or life is too tough. Probably it's not the best time for you. You can still learn about it, you can practice it informally. I mean, still it's not kind of contraindicated, you can still do it, but it's better to start when you're in a good frame of mind. You know exactly what you're doing and you're not overwhelmed already in your life. So it's like, when your body is healthy, then you go to gym and exercise, and then you build up your muscles so that you less fall sick. And when you fall sick, you may still be able to do some exercise, or you may take a break. In the same way, when mind is not already suffering, it's good to bring your mind muscles to this mental gym and do the breathing exercise and bring your mind to this awareness of present moment and connect it to your breath. So coming back to the formal practice of mindfulness, where you have set aside some time, you have selected your little sanctuary where you're going to sit every day. And what you do is, when you sit down, is not a rocket science. Definitely not. Some people charge you hundreds of euros or rupees or dollars to teach you how to meditate. I'm telling you this for free. It's not hard. All you have to do is just observe your breath. So when you sit down, sit in a relaxed position, but in an upright way and in a manner that you are kind of sitting in a dignified posture. So watch your breath coming in, going out. That's all you have to do. You don't have to even change your breathing. You will be amazed what you will find, and you will be amazed at how soon your mind starts to run away. So if you are aware that your mind is not staying with the breath and it's running away, great, that is it. You are meditating. Don't beat yourself up and think that you're not meditating. That's how it works initially, that your mind may not even stay with one full breath. Eventually, it will. So, because I want to keep my videos short. So in this video I will only talk about this formal mindfulness practice, and I may even have to come back to this again in more detail. But for now, I just want you to know that if you can do this, that you can observe your in breath, you can observe your out breath, that means you have started your formal mindfulness practice. What I will do in the next video is that I will guide you, and it will be a guided breathing meditation for mindfulness of breath, and that will start you to this journey even more. So next time when I talk to you, I want you to have this homework done, that you have promised yourself some time and you have found your place to meditate or to practice mindfulness. And then there are so many other ways to practice mindfulness, but for this video I will only keep it to connecting to the breath in a formal manner, and next video we will do the formal guided breathing meditation. Till then, take care, think about it, and see how you can bring it into your daily life. Be happy and start observing your breath. Thank you very much. Namaste.